What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and we have a pretty packed news day today with free drops, an icon skin teaser, and one of the bigger collaborations in recent Fortnite history about to officially land on the Fortnite island. So let's run through EsDeeKid, Kings League Twitch drops, and even Overwatch coming to the game in the near future. Firstly, let's talk about the Kings League Twitch drops between May 15th and 17th, which starts in 3 days. There will be free cosmetics just for watching Fortnite streams on Twitch this weekend, once again May 15th through the 17th. There will be 3 sets of Kings League emoticon packs, which are going to have 4 emoticons each for a total of 12 emoticons just for watching 90 minutes while across 3 different days, being around like 30 minutes per day. Now, for some quick context for anyone unfamiliar, Kings League is a fast-paced 7 versus 7 football league that blends traditional sports with modern entertainment. We've already kind of seen some of this collaboration stuff happen before, and this is actually the second time they've done a Kings League x Fortnite collaboration, because the previous one allowed you to get 2 free sprays in the game. So it is, this type of thing that has kind of collaborated with Fortnite before, and while they haven't had official skins or anything put in the game, they have done Twitch drops back to back, so it's pretty interesting to actually see. So definitely pick that up this weekend if you want some free emoticons. Definitely some ones like the second one in the image that kind of has like the pig with the crown. I can't help but think Technoblade, right? If you want a Technoblade-esque decal or emoticon, that is probably your best opportunity in Fortnite, considering the fact that, Fortnite doesn't have a Minecraft collaboration, at least not yet. And of course, if you're someone who just wants to get Kings League related stuff because you actually like the Kings League, then that will be available as well, which is pretty cool to actually see. Now, we're not for sure how each drop is going to be split up, but I assume based on the image, it's going to be like row 1, then row 2, then row 3, since each drop is going to have 4 of those emoticons, meaning that you most likely will have to watch on the 14th if you want the one with the actual pig emoticon in it, depending on how they actually mix and match stuff around. Next up, this one's going to be a little bit of a smaller topic, but EsDeeKid is actually getting an icon series set in the game. There's a video teaser you can see in the background footage right now, but it's pretty interesting to see him joining the icon series. I haven't really heard about him too much recently, not for sure if it's just the type of music I don't really listen to or what it is. I haven't really paid attention to what music he actually makes. The most I had heard about him in the past was the fact that we were getting, people theorizing he was Timothée Chalamet, but I think that was like disproven. He's his own person. They like collaborated on a whole entire song or something, so it's pretty cool to actually see that EsDeeKid is releasing on the Fortnite island. Now, we're not for sure what all this is going to actually include in it, if it's just going to be an icon skin, if it's going to be a full set that has backblings, pickaxes, or what, or if it's also going to include jam tracks or not. We'll have to wait until the next game update for it to actually get added, but we do have a confirmed release date, according to the official Twitter account, of being on the 15th. So May 15th, a day after the downtime update, he will be releasing into the item shop, and you'll be able to pick him up if you're someone who's excited and wants to rep his skin and cosmetics in the game. So, it's pretty cool to actually see this, especially for people who are fans of him, because, it just allows more people to merge together and mesh with other people who may not have even heard of EsDeeKid before now, and allow them to potentially find a new artist to listen to. But now, I know what a lot of people are going to be talking about here, and this is the biggest part of the video, which is Overwatch x Fortnite, with 4 skins being officially confirmed. This is one of the massive collaborations we've seen. It's one of the things where I never really thought it would have happened. We've had rumors and leaks and stuff before, but it was still one of those things where it was kind of its own identity. And in some cases, other games and studios will kind of see themselves as a competitor to Fortnite, even if they're not in the same genre, just due to the fact that it's like Fortnite's this powerhouse that everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to get past that. So it's kind of interesting to see when these type of worlds merge together, even though it is under Microsoft, and Microsoft does do a lot of collaborations with Fortnite in the past. We had the Gears of War collaboration, even though that one makes a little bit more sense because Epic Games originally developed Gears of War. But the collaboration will be going live with the downtime update on May 14th, with the official teaser being Answer the Call for Act 3. So Act 3 is going to be heavily focused around it. There's a few other things going on with the collaboration as well that hasn't been officially confirmed by Epic Games, but has been leaked before. So some of the other things we can mention is that the 4 skins that we're going to be getting from this collaboration appear to be Tracer, D.Va, Mercy, and Genji, which have been confirmed by leakers time and time again. It's something that also got confirmed by Rocket League, which is something we'll talk about in a moment, but it's still interesting to see how we could be getting skins from this, and how we're going to potentially have one of those skins as an NPC on the island, because, for example, when Save the World actually ended up coming over to Fortnite, or I guess I should say when it came over to Fortnite Battle Royale, there were a few NPCs on the actual island, and as we've seen through leaks before, it appears there's going to be a few map changes. People have mentioned like Honolulu actually being one of the map changes on the Battle Royale island, so it would just make sense for these type of characters like D.Va, Tracer, Mercy, and Genji to have their own NPCs on the island that you'd be able to interact with, maybe their own lore and interactivity that is unique to being put in Fortnite, Fortnite, that'd be pretty cool to actually see. Now, as something we had already talked about in a previous video, there is obviously the crossover going beyond just skins, with the Porsche Macan SUV actually coming over to Fortnite as well, with character-themed decals, with both of them being available in Rocket League and Fortnite. Now, it's going to be a little bit interesting seeing D.Va come to the game. It makes me wonder what their emotes could actually be, because the fact that, for example, in Overwatch, D.Va didn't have like her victory out of mech dance pose, or I guess it wasn't really even like a victory pose, but you know, it was like out of mech dance until they added the like postcards where you're able to vote for people to be an MVP after a match is over. So maybe the emote could be that dance that was in the files for a super long time unused because of bugs, I think, with, you know, trying to figure out when you're in mech versus out of mech, and it could end up being something where you're able to actually do that D.Va dance that originally was unreleased and then got released recently in another game whenever you want to. I can imagine some people going over to Fortnite for some photography, just to get photography of D.Va doing the dance in-game at different in-game locations, and people potentially remaking Overwatch locations over in Fortnite. Now, in terms of other things that could be going on, there was a new mythic item codenamed Morning Bell, which could actually be tied to this collaboration. It's not confirmed that it's actually tied to this collaboration as of right now, but it has been something that people have spotted in the files and feels like it would make sense for something that is being teased this heavily. You know, something that is going to be a part of Act 3 of the rivalry might as well have some Overwatch original things enabled in the game. We also have some items that never ended up releasing yet that we actually talked about and leaked before, such as the Splinter Shot, like ice crossbow that would actually have like the ice projectiles that you shoot from the crossbow split into different directions and explode. So maybe we could see that going on for Team Ice King in Act 3. Makes me wonder, what team is Overwatch actually part of? Is it going to be like they're all on Foundation, or are they all on Ice King, or is it like half of them are on Foundation and half are on Ice King and it's a fully Overwatch themed thing? I don't really know, but it's going to be interesting to see what potential mythics could do or what potential items could do, because imagine if you have like the healing beam from Mercy, you're just holding it down and healing or damage boosting your teammates. You could have like the dash or rewind, or even like the little pulse bomb thing that Tracer has. You could have like a whole entire, I guess the easiest thing you could have here is like Genji with the blade dash and all that type of stuff. You'd be able just to use the old items we've already had in Fortnite before for that, but I guess time will tell, and it only matters when it actually ends up releasing. But it's been a wild basic day for Fortnite leaks, right? You know, it hasn't even been like a few days of collecting topics. All this dropped today, this morning, one after another, and it's going to be interesting to see how this drops in 2 days. So are you going to be copying all 4 of the Overwatch skins that they release in the item shop? Will you be copying the EsDeeKid skin? Will you be just kind of playing the game, getting your free emoticons, or playing the game to see what new quest lines or lore they throw in there? I would love to hear your comments down below about all of this type of stuff. With that said, however, hope Champs and Jambits enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. And just for the sake of it, you know, comment down your most wanted like Overwatch character skin. If you're someone into Overwatch, comment your favorite character from there and what you want to see over in Fortnite. Until next time, however, peace out.